Hi everyone.
Yippee. There you are. Clear as day. Okay. So welcome to the server. I'm Bonejack, I'm a they them, and I'm the developer of Moonlight Fire at this jam. And yeah, so is this your whole team? Just you?
Yep, it's just me.
Very
It's
nice.
a solo team.
Yeah. So what made you want to join the BIGMODE jam this year?
Um, Let me think. The first, or I've only done. I joined the Big Mode Discord last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I did the jam for the first time last year. So this would be my second Big Mode jam.
Oh,
This
you
would be
did.
my fifth jam overall.
Okay. Yeah, let's see it.
Um, yeah, there it is. Mitochondria. That one was kind of a disaster project. I won't lie.
Oh.
I liked it, but there were definitely a lot of things I wanted to put in that I couldn't, and a part of that was using Godot for the first time.
Right.
That
Well,
project was mostly to help me learn Godot, and I ended up not very I didn't like it very much, to be honest.
that's okay.
Um,
I mean, you learned
I
it.
think most of my gripes come from GD script. I think I'm allergic to dynamically typed languages.
Well, you can statically type in Godot. You just have to do it manually.
You do, but they really recommend you try GD script first. It's like the thing they advertise, and there's no way I could have known.
Wait,
Going into it kind of blind, just like learning it for the first time.
right. Well, no.
Um,
You can statically type in GD script as well.
yeah, you can, and I wish I had known that. Definitely
Ah,
wish I had known that. I definitely would. I would try. I would definitely try again. But
okay.
for this one, I decided to stick with something that I knew well.
Yeah, that's totally fine. There's quite a wide gulf between these two projects, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
if I may say so. So you were in the Big Mud server. So what went through your mind when the announcement came?
When the announcement came, that they were going to do another jam, honestly, the first thought was, "Oh no, another jam." I honestly,
Yeah.
I don't really like the format of a jam, to be super honest, because maybe I guess a lot of reasons. Like for a lot of jams, you'll enter and they'll be like, when the jam is done, there'll be thousands of games, hundreds or thousands, and I kind of feel like the sheer number of them kind of feels like it almost cheapens every person's work to see so many of them, and knowing that so many of them are only going to get like a couple of plays, I don't know, it makes me feel a certain way. There's also so many ideas that you can execute in games that either can't be realized in 10 days
Mhm.
or can't be appreciated in 10 days. Some games need a lot of time for a player to like really get used to it or understand what it's all about. And I feel like that's really hard to pull off on a jam.
Right. I mean,
I feel like
it's
I'm a
often
lot,
both.
yeah, I'm a lot more comfortable with like long development times where I really get to hammer out everything that I feel like can be gotten out of an idea.
Okay.
So I feel like like jams don't go naturally for me. Um, there's also
Mhm.
like this trend that games that do well, they on jams can often go on to become bigger, fully fledged games.
Mhm.
But I kind of feel like what ends up happening is those games have to get through the jam filter first.
Mm.
They have to be fit the jam format in order to become that kind of more to get that confidence to be more fully fledged game. And I feel like that narrows out a lot of opportunities for other potential ideas.
Uh. Well, I mean, like, it's very recommended that you sort of just like as soon as the jam is over, you just throw the theme out entirely. Most of
Yeah,
the time, the theme is just
yeah,
sort of holding you back, and if you're keeping it there at the expense of your more full project being realized, then it's like you're not in a jam anymore, dude. In fact, you should probably just scrap it and start over because jam code is horrible to build on. That's
that's
not.
true. But even if you throw away like the work that you do, the idea remains,
Yeah.
and sort of that those ideas are still filtered through the jam filter. I'll put it quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I kind of feel like I kind of hope to see more kinds of formats in the future. Maybe like different different like time scales, sort of. I'm not sure. Me and my friends sometimes think about you know how jams are sort of almost immediately lost media.
Yeah, I've
Um,
said that before.
well, we were thinking of like just make jams that like you have to like when the jam is done, everything gets totally destroyed. Just like go home with it.
Oh.
And so you throw away the idea of like this is something that you keep with you, or kind of make you feel uncomfortable in that way, just to like hit home of the format of a jam.
Okay.
But anyway, um, so that's my preoccupations with jams in general. But um, I still joined anyway because I I think it's a nice challenge. Like at the end of the day, it's something that I'm comfortable with, and I think that's like just that in itself. I think that's something that I should do because it makes me uncomfortable.
So you sort of sought out something that you found discomfort in to like challenge yourself.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And
Uh,
so one more thing about that. So because I'm going in with that kind of feeling, um, one thing that I'm always having in the back of my mind is sort of how do I make this project count to me after a jam is done?
mm-hmm.
How do I like? So it's lost media, but how can I make it not? It doesn't necessarily have to last, but how do I make it matter to me and
Mm-hmm.
process it became.
Hello, Eric.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you cut out really
Uh,
severely just there.
uh,
Oh, you're still cutting out. Oh no,
oh no, isn't my
is it my? Be anything. Oh, clicking. Good.
hello?
Yes, yes, I hear you.
Okay, I think my internet cut out for like 30 seconds.
Annoying, but yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen again. Okay.
Yes.
Um, so how to make it count?
Yeah.
I think in the process that became the game is sort of like sort of it takes on sort of like a song format. You know how like a song, it's sort of a short. It kind of lasts like a short amount of time, but it's something that you can always come back to and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
And you play it, and just by playing that song, you are just a little bit different that day. I think that's the kind of feeling that I wanted when I like around halfway through development. I realized that that's what I wanted this game to be.
Okay. So like a short little ride that's sort of uh like with music for a song or something. It's not just the first listen that's important. It's like each subsequent listen sort of shapes it in your mind and like builds it up as like this thing that's familiar and comfortable, or maybe even eventually grating. Like a
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, a piece of music will evolve over time as you listen to it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm. So you wanted that sort of temporal experience.
Yes.
Very cool. That's interesting. So right. So how did you feel about the theme being slick? What went through your mind there?
I thought um I felt like my background in playing through games, I've played a lot of action games. I think that's one
Mm-hmm.
of the things I'm most interested in. And when I heard Slick, I thought, I think this will be not easy, but I think I have a lot of things to turn to when I thought of the word Slick. Um, so I immediately thought of like first person shooters. I looked at, I listen to a lot of music, so I was thinking of a lot of like individual music albums. Um, the word slick also led me to like the phrase oil slick. And I think that's what made me decide to make it like a water game
Mhm.
specifically. It ended up not having oil slicks. I think at first it was going to be you ski around and you clean up oil slicks by going around them, skiing around them in a circle, surrounding it with like a line.
Mhm.
And the game would be 4 times faster and 4 times as large of an area. But I felt like as I made it, I kind of felt like, well, the first thing that showed up was I put the water down first, and I just remember thinking like, this water like seems to go on forever. It's so fast, and it puts a feeling in you that I felt like didn't mesh well with that oil slick idea. So
Uh-huh.
I ended up discarding that idea halfway through, and it became more focused, laser focused on the first person shooter
Mhm.
aspect of it.
Yeah, this water shader looks pretty intense. It's like it's got the Snell's window, it's got the vertex deformation, it's got everything.
Okay, full disclosure, that is more or less the default water shader in Unity.
Oh.
And what I added to it was basically just like changes in color, the size of the waves, and like the wave deformation thing is really kind of already built into the shader, and it's just me like adding textures to the deformation buffer. But that stuff
Okay.
is like basically already built in. And
Very cool.
when I was researching water, I realized that Unity had this shader already that had so much already built in that I kind of I wanted to like play around with it a lot and
Okay,
kind of
okay.
present it in a way. I like the way Unity markets their water shader is like it's sort of for like realism,
Yeah.
AAA settings, but I kind of wanted to put it to like extreme
Yeah.
ideas.
This is a bit idealized, I suppose. It's like it's very Fruitiger Arrow or something, or Fruitiger Aqua.
Yeah, one of the comments mentioned that it was like Fruitiger Arrow. Um, I guess I'm a little reluctant to call it Fruitiger Arrow because to me, um, one of the inherent one of the inherent feelings of Fruitiger Arrow is like this consumerism aspect of it. It sort
Yeah,
of makes
yeah.
you want to use whatever it's applied to. But I was hoping to go for more, or at least I was hopefully trying not to evoke that, at least that idea. But I can see it in the sense of like it's very optimistic.
Hmm.
It's a very clean idea of someone's like memory of playing a game.
Yeah. Well, it's not just the water. And yeah, it was to be more specific, it would be more in the Fruitiger Aqua category. Apparently, Fruitiger is just a typeface, and that it's just been ascribed to this sort of like very clean, optimistic techno like nature technology sort of like coexisting like thing going on. Um, but it's also like the clean colors on your gun and like all the environments and stuff. It's very it's like, yeah, there's just like a bunch of monoliths out in the middle of the ocean. Like that's very Fruitiger
Yeah,
Aqua, I think. Um,
yeah. I kind of wanted to have, well, that the idea with like infinite water,
mm,
a place out of space or out of time,
right, right.
and I guess that makes some associations with that era. I mean, even like thinking like I think there's like a mini resurgence of Fruitier Arrow
Yeah, yeah,
type,
yeah. We're
and
always
part of
chasing the
that
trend of
is
like
that kind of nostalgia,
20 or 30
um,
years ago. That's always in style, I guess, or at least
which
lately.
is yeah. So I can see the association for sure, and I definitely like it was in the back of my mind, if not like a total inspiration.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very cool. Um, so yeah, when you were thinking slick, you sort of traveled through a few different possibilities. Ended up on this one. So, uh, did the idea iterate much over its actual development cycle?
Um, yeah, there was probably the biggest iteration was like taking out the oil slicks,
Right.
um, and then just focusing on like fast movement, doing how to put it, manipulating the camera. That's a big one. Like
Mhm.
being able to flip sideways, forward, backwards.
Yeah.
When you flip, you have free movement of the cursor, so you can go beyond 90 degrees up and down. I think that was a big aspect of sort of free manipulation of the camera. It's sort of hard to it's hard to elaborate on until I guess you try the game. But
Mhm.
that was a focus.
I mean, I've
Plus,
played Space Engineers.
okay, well,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So like that idea, or like Descent, really old first-person shooter with free degree of that kind of movement,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Echo Point Nova. I mean, there are a lot. There are a lot of
Yeah, 6 degrees of
games I
freedom.
could point to. Yeah, 6 degrees of freedom. That's it.
Yeah, super
Um,
cool.
yeah,
Um, okay, so awesome. How much time are you able to dedicate for this jam?
I was able to clear out like all of the time in the 10 days. I could work on the game jam basically.
Oh,
Um,
like wake to sleep type shit, or
More or less. Although I made sure to get a normal amount of sleep, just like
ah, well,
7 8 hours a day.
we have at least one thing in common. I also did a wake to sleep cycle, but I did not get a normal amount of sleep.
Yeah, I was like for like a 4 day game jam, I could
Mhm.
probably get away with like 2 days no sleep, but I said to my 10 days is not really a sprint,
Yeah,
and I would probably hurt in the long run if I couldn't sleep. So I kind of forced myself to step away,
yeah. There were a
get some
couple
sleep.
times where it's like I'm awake, I can stay awake, but I can feel it. Like I am the wheels are just not turning. So I was like, okay, I have to sleep a little bit, and then I went and I laid down. I didn't have to set any alarms or anything. I just went to sleep, and then I just threw caution in, like, okay, body, figure out how much sleep I need. And then I woke up
Yeah,
3 hours later and I got back to it.
yeah. The only day that I really fully crunched on was the second last day, or like coming up on 24 hours.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
yeah,
So
but
you fully crunched in your final hours of the jam, and you managed to submit it at least 1 hour before the deadline.
I finished the game earlier than that, but I keep forgetting whether or not all of like the game page and the screenshots and all that stuff have to be in before the jam. They don't.
Yeah, they don't
I
have to be
learned
there.
they can do it. Yeah, but the last I set
Okay,
aside the
good night,
last
Mike.
4 hours for doing that.
Mhm.
So I felt like overall it was pretty smooth. I don't think I was in too big of a rush. Obviously, there are things that I would rather have included, but I think I was happy with the amount of stuff that I was able to put in, and it was yeah. I think I had a lot of time to do it. So it was good.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, glad you were able to get out the door. I think it used to be that you used to have a thumbnail or to even submit the game, or maybe that was legendary. For the Big Mud gem, I personally have never had to do that. And for every gem since I've done that, I've always been allowed to change the page afterwards, and I didn't have to have a thumbnail or anything. So that's been nice, at least, because yeah, it's like one of the last things you want to consider, especially since your screenshots aren't even going to be totally accurate until it's entirely shipped. So
It doesn't help that I feel like music is pretty integral to the game, and
mhm.
that's not something that you can really show in screenshots or gifs or whatever.
Right, right, right. Yeah, it's you're only getting an incomplete picture because that's all you can show. Um, so yeah, how do you think the game would have changed if you had an extra day?
If I had an extra day,
Yeah, I also
I
went straight to
think
sleep champion.
I think maybe the rail placement. That'll also be easier to elaborate on after playing. But I
Okay.
think some of the rail placement I could put in better places. I know a lot of complaints also were the hitbox being able to land on the rails, and that was something that I wanted it to make them bigger. But the way I made the hitboxes of the rails themselves made it a time bottleneck in a dumb way. And also, was really dumb, and I didn't think like you could have solved the problem by making the player's hitbox bigger, but I wasn't thinking about that during the jam.
I see.
So, but that's one thing that I also wish would have happened before deadline.
Right, just silly oversights like that.
Yeah, things like that. Other than that, I think it's pretty complete.
Awesome. Very cool. So, how would you say that this jam compared to your last BIGMODE jam?
I definitely prefer this one. Well, okay. I like mitochondria in like a silly way. I think that one ended up being a really kind of just funny game. That game, well, mitochondria. The idea of that one is that you're just growing cells. You're like consuming food, and cells are multiplying exponentially. And then
Sure, sure.
no matter what, that thing is going to crash the game, just by design. That's just the point. That's it.
Yeah, nice.
It's just like fun of like things at scale, and eating other organisms. Really buggy, really broken, but overall, I think it was still a positive experience. But I feel like this one is more of a game that I think I can take with me after the whole jam is over.
Okay.
And it, I'm happy with the reception that I got from the comments too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
kind of feel
definitely a
like
slick game.
Sometimes I've kind of have high standards. I want people to have like I want the game to make their day,
Yeah.
not just like this is good gameplay. Oh, this was fun. I want to, it makes my day when I see a comment that's like, wow, this like changed my life for like for 10 minutes, or
Awesome.
I'll
Yeah.
remember this, or things like that. Um, this time I seem to be seeing a lot of those comments,
Yeah,
and that
that's
makes
awesome.
me happy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't just mean like the end result of the game, but just like how the jam cycle went for you and like what it was like in your place in your life.
Yeah, and this game is sort of about the memory of playing slick games,
Mm-hmm.
and think of slick moments. And it's nice that it's sort of self-referential. Now this is its own memory in my head.
Okay, nice.
So
So let me think here. You said that this is something that you could take with you. Do you intend to work on this any more than you have?
I think the problem with extending the game to sort of like a full length is I kind of feel I don't know where I would go with the level design. It's sort of like if I were to make a new level, but with like if I were to make a new level with the same kind of mechanics, it would probably play the same. You're still like playing with water, you're still playing with rails. But I was thinking 10 first person shooters with the same with like this kind of length, short, like up to 10 minutes. Like compiled in a sort of collection. I mean, I'm thinking of an album. Like 10 first person shooter songs. I think that would be an interesting idea.
Okay. Yeah, it certainly sounds interesting. Yeah. So did you do much playtesting for this? Did you send it to people, friends or family?
No playtesting.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
better or for
yeah,
worse.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I believe
I think
something like
my
Sayonara
games
Wild Hearts is basically like that, isn't it?
my games tend to be too hard. Maybe intentionally on some level. I would rather the games be way too hard than way too easy.
Okay.
That being said, this game I really was thinking of. I made things a lot easier for like the first time in like a jam format. I wanted to play the game, so to speak. If someone only has 10 minutes to play the game, then I wanted them to get the right experience with 10 minutes of experience.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I definitely relate to that. All of my jam games, I try to make basically wrap up in 10 minutes. Not only because I prefer short and sweet, but because the jam runner only promises like minimum 10 minutes of gameplay. So if it gets on stream, I don't want it to like end awkwardly in the middle of where it should be. Um,
Yeah.
So for my first jam that I've done in itch.io, it was the 23 jam. It was a finalist, and it was a game that was explicitly designed to be as short as possible so that it could wrap up and have a nice little ending at the end. So that one was cool. I really liked designing around that because a lot of game designers really prioritize things like replayability or like addictingness, right? But I really prefer temporal experiences or like designing them because I don't really want it to be worn out like that. It's just like I'm not here to addict somebody, to chain somebody to an experience that they need to keep coming back to or whatever. I want it to just sort of
Yes,
like
I agree.
have an effect that washes over somebody and then makes them think about something for a while. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like kind of making a game just addicting is sort of an empty experience.
It can be,
It's not
certainly.
something. Yeah, like just that in itself, I think. I don't know. It's not something that. Not a goal that I think people should be maximizing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little strange that one of the most positive words that you can call something in the space is addicting. It's just like
Yeah,
I don't really want to addict somebody.
yeah,
um,
I don't like it.
it's fun to refer to it like ingest as like dopamine poisoning, but because I do enjoy my dopamine poison sometimes. Like I spent a little too long in Risk of Rain 2, for instance. But uh, I know that if I played like Vampire Survivors or something, I knew I'd be sitting there for like 10 hours or something. It's like there's really not that much going on for 10 hours, but I'm sure it'd be fun, you know.
Vampire Survivor is actually, funny enough to me, almost as I kind of feel like is an exception to me because it's almost like that game is almost like a, a friend playing a practical joke on me.
Uh huh.
It's so rough around the edges, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
got so many blatant like Castlevania references that it's just really funny to me. And so like I kind of
Mm.
feel like I'm being greeted by a friend when I play that game.
I see. I
But
see.
I think that's yeah, it's a minority opinion.
Sure. I personally find it funny that it uses RPG Maker assets. Stories like have a
Yeah,
built-in lifespan for me. They're addicting for a few days and then naturally become worn out. Maybe some value in helping somebody pass time if they've had a rough day, but yeah, I mostly agree with trying to make games addictive. Right.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And it's not to say that we shouldn't make any games addictive or at all. And like they have their place, and like people choose to play them. Like
yeah,
it's not like yeah,
I'm just speaking about my personal preference. Because I don't know, I've played a lot of Overwatch, for instance, or I know people who spent literal months in TF2. um, it's like I don't get it. It's just like something that's like fun. It gets the blood pumping. It's yeah, but I don't
I
want it
guess
to
if
last too
yeah.
long.
With my games, I don't want someone to play them and then play them for so long that they say to themselves, where did my time go?"
Where did my day go?
Yeah, yeah,
Because that sort
yeah,
of also implies that even the time that they spent playing your game was not even like they weren't even present for. Um,
yeah.
so moment to moment, hopefully it's good. So let me think here. So they said that you're not really sure if you could extend this at all, or if you did, then it would be sort of like an album-like experience. That's interesting.
Yeah. If I were
Um,
to extend the game, I think it would almost be exactly how it is now. Very
nice,
close.
very cool. Do you speak about your game development hobbies or endeavors with anybody in your personal life, like your friends or family? Since you said you didn't hand it off for playtesting.
Hmm. I think most of my friends and family know I do game design
Mm-hmm.
without explicitly knowing or understanding what that entails. Just that I make games, which is alright.
Yeah, yeah,
Just,
yeah.
yeah.
And do you,
Um,
but it sounds like you don't really talk with them in depth about it or anything.
I think. Hmm. I think most of the people I know don't play that. Like, don't really play games.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I were to, I'm thinking back to when I was hanging out with friends and I mentioned I made this game. Um, I think it's just really hard to describe the feeling of playing a first person shooter at all, let alone talk about like the idea is the memory of playing these games. So that's like already like two layers of like these layers of abstraction that someone has to get through. Not playing, not knowing like what games are
Uh-huh.
to get to the heart of what this game is about.
Right. Uh, I noticed you speak a lot about like memories and I suppose very nostalgia oriented. Um, which I think definitely since we're on the topic of Free to Go Aqua and Arrow, yeah, those sort of consumerist movements that are designed as a resurgence to evoke a nostalgia for a time that felt more optimistic. Um, so do you think that that's a very like large driving force to you? Like you really want things to be good in retrospect?
I think funny enough, I'm sort of usually not a nostalgic person, or like I'm not really like a how to put it. I kind of am someone who looks towards the future,
Sure.
um, and I try to be very present with the things I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess even though this game is about memory or like nostalgia, it's a feeling like I want to take that feeling of nostalgia and sort of push it forward into something that affects someone today, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, so to speak. Not to like dwell on the past,
Mm-hmm.
but
Right,
more,
right.
yeah,
Having an evoking nostalgia as a way to be more pensive about the present.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. Okay. Well, color me interested. Uh,
I feel like I say all of this, and it like honestly, it plays like a first person shooter.
sure, sure,
I
sure,
won't
sure,
lie.
sure, sure.
It's just yeah,
Well, yeah, it's a common topic around MySpaces for us to be like discussing what it means to like develop video games in the first place and like what the priorities are, what is meaningful to us and everything. And one of the flags that I've been planting in the ground recently is that like I'm really tired of like fun being like the number one thing for video game development. Kind of a similar thing with addicting. It's just like I don't think that art should just be fun. Like fun is one emotional response that I enjoy. I mean, it's always fun to have fun, I would imagine. Um,
I agree partly.
yeah,
I
but
agree on the sense that there's a lot more that games can do other than fun,
sure. Yeah, but
and like that's like a whole space that like sorry, um,
yeah, sorry. So my example that I like to go to is like imagine if you were being taught how to do oil paintings and they told you that the oil painting had to be fun. It's just like you're looking at
yeah,
like American Gothic and it has to be a roller coaster ride. Like, whoa, holy fuck, this shit's so fun to look at. It's
yeah,
just like no, that's they would think that you're like a child who has no object permanence and always eats only your desserts and doesn't like eating vegetables or something, right? Um, so I think that video games are capable of a lot of like very specific things. So I like that this is something that's on your mind because concepts like uh, your place in your temporal experience is like an interesting thing to explore. Uh,
yeah. Like I feel like if we're going to treat video games as a serious art form, then we need to treat it with like all of the possibilities that it can be
right. Yeah.
outside of fun as well.
Oil paintings are not just fun. Some of them are fun. But like, you know, it's like you don't just have to write fun books. You don't just have to write fun movies. There's very grim movies, but I'd say that's actually like comparatively immature to say that they should only be serious, right? Like the
Yeah.
problem is limiting it to a certain emotional response. Like, I think capturing the breadth of the human experience is a cool thing to do. And limiting any art form to just one thing is just like weird to me, or even just making it primarily about that.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, do
And
you watch any anime?
I used to,
Okay,
but I
okay,
guess
okay,
I haven't watched some in a
okay.
while.
Yeah,
I
so
was gonna say,
yeah,
sorry,
go
before we
ahead, go
move
ahead,
on
go
to
ahead,
the,
go ahead.
I want to say the flip side of this idea of fun is that I feel like when I turns out like in other mediums, um, fun is sort of an alien concept.
Mhm.
Art in other mediums is very serious, and I kind of want to emphasize when I make my games that fun is still a noble pursuit.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe there's an overemphasis on it in the current games industry, but also I think it would be a shame if we kind of just like threw what we learned and what we knew away
Right.
of fun. I think of like a movie that I really like. Do you know Playtime?
No,
I mean, don't give me the video of it.
I don't, I don't.
It's a comedy, and but
Mhm.
it's about at the core of it, its thesis is basically that fun is this noble pursuit. Fun is
Mhm.
an absolutely serious topic to enjoy, like being around people, to laugh.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, what I was
and
saying
that seems
isn't.
like really natural in games. That's just
Mhm.
like what we do. But it was not universally acclaimed when it came out. That was sort of like a concept people were used to.
Mhm.
It's weird. Um,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like I said,
so I
it's
guess yeah,
comparably immature to say that something should only be serious. It's like, no, it's you should be limiting it, because we can do all sorts of stuff with this. Like, why are you doing that? I was saying,
yeah.
I saw that there was like a Fox News segment or something about, what the fuck was it called? It was some, okay, like, to be fair, it was a video game that was detailing like basically American war crimes, and they made it in first person shooter format. And it was partially staffed by the people who participated in those war crimes. Um,
That is wild.
in a very it's like I'm, god damn it, I'm like, my brain keeps funneling to Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's like 10 days and something. Like, um, it's something like that. And apparently it received a lot of backlash, and they were like, "You're making war a game." And I'm thinking, just like, what are you talking about? They're doing exactly what you want. They want to portray it, war and American like empire, as like a cool thing to participate in, and that, like, oh no, the soldiers committed all these war crimes and that makes them sad because they're people. And it's like, okay, maybe you should just not do that then. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this.
Hmm.
It ultimately was like propaganda for American jingoism, but um, they were talking down on it, even though they were on the same page and the same side, just because it portrayed
Mm,
it as a game, like to have fun with.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and that's like that was bizarre to me, to find out about that stuff. So yeah, like, I think that fun is like one of the big like human experiences. Everybody is searching for it. Everybody wants it. It's good enough to placate the masses, but it's also something that we should find joy in, because joy in like, joy despite your dark circumstances is also very important for
Yeah,
uh the
yeah.
indomitable human spirit and shit. So no, yeah, I agree. Like, fun can be serious business. So what was I getting at? Anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
there's this
I agree.
there's
I
this
agree.
anime that I was watching that recently affected me. It was really bizarre because it really sounds like the style of speech that you've been giving me. It's called Kowloon Generic Romance. Um,
Calhoun generic romance.
so the story is set in Kowloon Walled City that's been reconstructed somehow. Um, and the thing is that it plays on a modern phenomenon where the citizens of Kowloon Walled City are currently nostalgic for it. They miss it because it was demolished by the Chinese government, right? So
Hmm.
the citizens that participated in it, even though it was dark and dingy and like kind of gross, and pretty much the poster child for like a dystopian setting, like it just, I mean, the aesthetics were on point. Like, everybody loves the look of Kowloon Walled City because it's just like so unique and gritty and dark. But it's set in that, and it's very much about nostalgia. It's very much about like forming ideas of things that existed in the past in a way that colors them in a way that like never was actually present in the present. And
That's
the funny
interesting.
thing about it is that it's even on a meta level kind of about that, because when I was watching it, it started introducing these weird like conspiracy elements that really clash with the story, I thought. Um, but when it was almost like a mystical setting where like all of these mysterious things were happening, that was when it was in its element and I was really into it. So actually, the story was better in retrospect because you only pick out those things that you really, really liked about it.
Huh,
And all of that
that's
other shit was just kind of noise that falls off when you think about it. So back to the fun topic. There's the types of fun, right? So there's like type 1 fun that's fun in the present, fun in retrospect. There's type 2 fun, where it might not necessarily be fun in the present, but it is fun in retrospect. So do you think any of that resonates with you?
hmm. Maybe it's a bit of both.
Okay.
I try to avoid definitions on games.
Sure.
Uh, just a general, or like I try if I hear about a rule, like about the definition of what a game can be or what fun is, the first thing I think of is, okay, what examples can I think of that contradict this rule?
Mm,
uh, Almost like, to me, I would rather keep it a mystery.
okay.
In part because art, I think it would make me sad if art had limits. I don't know how
Yeah.
to put it. I would rather not worry about the definitions and just, or not, no, we're not worry about the definitions, because then I still want to like be really intentional with it. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. When I think of like someone composing music, I kind of feel
Mm-hmm.
like the average musician doesn't worry about these kind of definitions. They just play or they just compose.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
Fun to do and fun to remember. Not fun to do, but fun to remember.
And not fun to do and not fun to remember. That's type 3 fun.
That makes a great story.
Yeah. I have a lot of type 3 fun personally. but yeah, with the specific presentation of your game, I'm looking forward to that. Memories of backflips, headshots, and monoliths. First-person shooter in an ocean seascape. Ride the waves or ride the rails. Perform tricks and shoot enemies. Aim for a high score. A modern graphics card is recommended. Do you know what era we're living through?
I just, because I didn't play tested on anybody's computer, or like I play tested
Yeah.
on my crappy laptop and it ran well. But that's
Yeah.
just like one data point. So I just, to be safe, like here.
Yeah, we need to get this game
Pretty
to the
sure this
masses.
water.
Let's
And
get
I'm happy that it turns out that it runs. Apparently, it runs well. Some people were like, "Oh, my toaster laptop, it runs perfectly. Wow, how is this
nice.
possible?"
Okay,
So
it works well on
that's good.
Cyberwitches. That's good. I would imagine that the stock water shader would not break the bank, but you never know.
Yeah, or somewhere I absolutely messed up with programming. that could also be possible. But I'm glad it didn't.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah, if you want to get this game to the masses with modern graphics cards, we got to perform a hit. We got to raid an AI data center. Are you prepared? We must take up the cause. Ironically, Dark Souls 2, my favorite zone, is the one with the infinite spawning horses where you can't see anything. I didn't get that far in Dark Souls 2, unfortunately, but like the song, you can listen to it here. So you composed it as well.
Yes.
Awesome.
And I did all the sound effects and music in 24 hours.
Nice.
Near the end.
Okay. Basically first-person shooter controls. Yeah. Yep. Q and E to roll sideways. Oh, that's a new one. R and F to flip forwards and backwards. I gotta break out my QWERTY keyboard for this.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I have to do this a lot. Okay. Note emojis by Google. Enter font by Rasmus Anderson. Soothing Ocean Waves SFX by Dragon Studio, Wind Blowing SFX by Dragon Studio, Water Splash 2 by Universe Field, Pixabay.
Just listening to all the sounds, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't-
pretty standard array. Ableton Live though, that's not exactly typical.
Yeah, I used Ableton, and I forgot to credit Vital, the wavetable synth.
Yeah.
So those were the two major tools I used to make the music and a lot of the sound effects.
Okay. So let me go ahead and plug in my keyboard.
On a side note, I was reluctant. Like I was thinking of adding controller support, but I was really reluctant to, like with the limited time I had, because I feel like it does change the nature of the game dramatically. Having a mouse to move the camera is a one-to-one. It's closer to a one-to-one mapping of your mouse movement to the movement on screen, versus when you're moving on an analog stick, there's sort of this sliding relativity on the analog stick. And I feel like that changes the relationship between your movement and the camera. Also, it makes it harder. Like you have to consider for a first-person shooter, like if you have a controller, you have to worry about like, okay, should we add auto aim? What kind of aim assist are we going to add to make it on par with someone who can use a mouse? And then lastly, because the game is about memory, partially, the memory of playing shooters on a mouse and keyboard is quite different from the memory of playing games on a controller. Like when you're playing first-person shooters on controller, that's like Call of Duty, that's like Halo. Versus if you play on mouse and keyboard, you might be thinking of other games, Quake, Unreal Tournament, Counter-Strike, etc. So I think all those combined, I was okay. Maybe I will add controller support after the jam's done.
Yeah.
Think about the implications.
Yeah. The physicality of your input devices. I have a game that I'm working on that's very concerned with that as well, because there's a lot of stuff that uses like analog horror, for instance, but analog horror is more about an aesthetic than it is about the physicality of the medium mostly. It's all like, you know, CRT shaders and and just distortion and stuff. But yeah, I think capturing physicality is cool. So, all right, let me see here. What's up? Oh, also I want to make sure this like maybe think of all the action games where I felt that way, and maybe want to put all the memories of playing those games into one thing. Gameplay mechanics like rating systems and slow motion, but also things like music or the nostalgic feeling of looking back on slick moments. But this game, Slick, is more about putting together memories. These were originally going to be oil slicks to clean up, but it didn't end up in that direction. There we go. Pretty cool. Alright, let's see it. Okay. Where am I? Where am I going? I know. Oh. Alright, space to jump. Damn. Great. Oh. Let me on the rail. Oh. Very nice water.
Gameplay tester to me is telling me to be absolutely silent.
Yeah. Alright, this water's spinning around. Oh. My apologies if I'm trash. There we go. Oh, nice little loop here. Good low pass filter. Oh.
There's a bit of resonance at the tip of the filter too.
Okay, where am I going? Where are we dropping? Here we go. that sound effect.
I think the rail sound effect is the only sound effect with like I actually had to record it. I clapped 2 glass jars together.
Nice. Okay. Only got a D rating. I don't know how to shoot those correctly. Let's go up. Get up, get up. No. Here we go. Where am I going? Where am I headed? Ah, the sheer optimism of a nice clean ocean.
I'm chilling. It's so much fun to watch.
So much fun to what?
It's so much fun to watch someone play a game. Just the reaction.
Yeah. That's part of why I do this. Where am I going? Can I dive? There seems to be rails down there. Oh. Yeah. I'm playing first person Echo the Dolphin or something. Let me out of here. Oh god, a missile.
Oh my god, it's not exploding.
Oh. Mysterious things happen on the Bone Jacqueline stream. This music fucking rules, this Shimpapine.
I said I made it in 24 hours / less, but I was thinking about how the music would listen, how it would sound like over the course of the jam as I was making it. I kind of feel like if you're working by yourself, you have to multitask a lot, or like think about multiple things at once, in order to make it on time. And I felt like
Huge wave.
saving the music till the end was sort of like a release from kind of the feelings of the process of making the game.
What's going on over there? Oh my god. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Huge. Rails. Yippee.
There you go. I definitely made the rails too hard to get.
Right, you were talking about the hitbox. Big.
But also, you know, it's kind of nice, like, if you miss the rails, it gives you a chance to splash into the water. Which I think subconsciously is always fun.
Oh god, what's happening? Plenty eliminations. So, what'd you say was the most challenging part of putting this game together?
I think I spent the most time on the rotation programming.
Oh.
The thing is, when you start rotating with Q or E or RF,
Apologies. 1 second. I need to turn it down so that I can hear better. Go ahead.
the thing is when you start rotating in the air, it turns your mouse into a free rotation mode, basically. So now you're no longer locked by moving too far. So like normally when you're in the water, if you try and move up or look up or down, you'll be locked so that you can't look too far. But when you're in free rotation modes, I made it so that you can rotate as far as you want. And in order to get that, you have to do like a bunch of compound rotations. It's like when you start rotating, you have to keep track of where you started, like at what rotation you started, and then like additively add on more rotation based on the input. And that took a while to get right. As well as like when you're in free rotation and then you like drop back onto water or you're back onto a rail, it needs to like convert that rotation into the proper values. And that was like quite a bit of math that I I'm not really used to. So I think that took a long time.
The water is so cool. Also, like it's just so cool.
Shoutouts to Unity. I think
Yeah,
they did
shoutouts to Unity.
like wow. When I saw like the things that you could do with it, I knew I had to do something with it.
Right.
It looks like a lot of fun. And I kind of feel like that's an example of something I wouldn't be able to do otherwise on like Godot.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at the Godot shaders for water and everything, and there are some that kind of look like this, and I tried to use them myself. They were not very performant. They were definitely not as smooth as this. So, looks like they invested a lot into making that work.
And I kind of feel like, I don't know, but all the things that they added to the shader, how much mileage would you get out of it in a normal AAA game? It
Probably
just feels
nothing.
like so extra, but it would be a shame not to like use the features.
Right, what the fuck?
Yes. The waves definitely have some sort of how to put it? Approximations on the force.
Sure.
But if there's just a lot of them, then it acts kind of funny.
Yeah. I like it though. It's cool that it's like weirdly malleable.
Yeah. The whole
Take me high.
I feel like I knew right away that I wanted the water to be like kind of that dynamic,
It's like
tactile.
surreal.
I was thinking of like Wave Race 64. That water, even on N64, like that water is like so. You're just like naturally riding off those waves.
Yeah.
It just looks right. I was thinking of that game.
Oh. Here I am again. Let's see. I wonder if the water will ever go down. Will it ever be sea level again? But no, this is I mean, you sort of hesitate. Oh, the jiggling. What's going on there? I wonder. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. Oh, okay, it's gone. Oh, crazy. Boom. Like that. Yippee. I can't believe you aren't owning the Frigger Aqua. It's like I'm flying around on an ocean with some bizarre shiny monoliths with bright blue everything, and then there's what are they called? The MSN Messenger icons fighting me in the sky from all the memes.
I guess I can't divorce the idea of your Arrow / Aqua with the fact that it's like big corporations. Like
True.
The goal is for you to use their products. That's why that
yeah.
movement exists. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's all marketing for sure. It's a way to interface with stuff, but why are my keys over here?
Just chilling.
Yeah, they're just chilling. Hell yeah. Is there a way to get onto the rails down there? Beneath the waves?
You actually can't move during the intro. So
yeah, but is there a way to get down there underneath the waves where the rails are?
Oh, I've never accomplished it. I imagine it's possible.
I'm assuming you'd have to jump from very high up or something.
Even so, I wonder because the fall off is pretty. It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
There's actually about the water. There's a curve at which if you don't have that much downward force going into the water, the surface of the water has more upward force to keep you above the surface. But if you enter the water at a high velocity, there's a velocity curve at which the further down you are in the water, the weaker the upward force is. So if you break through the surface, so to speak, you stay in the water longer.
Okay. What was your?
That way,
Oh, go ahead.
so that way, I feel like a key moment in this game is sort of like falling from a great height and letting the water wash over you,
Yeah.
and letting the low pass filter engulf you for a bit.
And then being launched out of the top of the wave.
Yeah, and then you can use the opportunity to jump up again for another trick.
Yeah, it's so cool. I really love.
But also at the same time, if it was like too strong or too weak, then you would always be like bobbing up through the surface, and it's kind of hard to see what's going on.
Yeah. Excuse me. Alright, here we are. I'm out of here. Up. Nope. Missed it. What was your approach to level design? How did you put all this together?
I don't think I have one. No, okay. But it's definitely very. I don't block anything out. I don't draw on paper. I just directly in the engine. I'm sort of just placing things down. Do I like it there? For this game in particular, I guess I'm contradicting what I just said. I blocked I had ideas of like 4 different quadrants, and like 4 ideas in 4 quadrants. Anything beyond that, like one quadrant would be this, like the pillars that you see in the distance over there, and they would all be connected by one rail. And sort of the idea is like it's sort of just like a roller coaster thing that you can just sit on until the end of time if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Another is I call it Sydney Opera House.
Okay.
It's just no reason. I think it's just that's the thing.
Yeah,
I wanted rails. I wanted sort of rails just across the area. If you wanted to, you could access basically the whole area, top of rails. But the idea is that like it doesn't give you like any extra bonus or anything.
Okay.
They're kind of just there, and you can use them if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah, like those when they blow up. Separating got back. Holy moly, it's crazy. Yeah.
Things blowing up. I was thinking fireworks.
Yeah.
Like a quick response, but also just lingering particles.
Actually, how are you accomplishing things like buoyancy and wave deformation?
Okay. As far as buoyancy, it's almost literally just every frame, get the height of the water, and if you're under the water, read the. So I have explicitly set a manual animation curve in Unity. That's what they call it. And I have it set to the values that I want, and it's just like. Say you're like 10 meters under the water, get the value of that curve at minus 10 meters.
Okay.
And then just push the player that much per frame.
Right.
It's actually pretty simple. There's no like physics buoyancy calculations or anything like that.
Okay.
As far as the wave deformations, how it works on Unity's water shader is the water reads from a texture. That's like a black and white texture, and if it's white, the water is deforms up, and if it's black, it deforms down. And so basically, I'm just Unity also makes it easy that they have like a preset thing, a game object that you just add with a texture that you've added, and it'll automatically add that texture to the total texture. And so that's how that's happening with the deformation. The interesting thing about the water shader is that because it's happening all in the graphics card, you can't actually get the precise position of the water, of whatever, any given thing on the water. You can only get like an approximation of where something is on the water.
Oh,
Just some, wow, that was loud.
holy shit. I'm high in the air. I'm gonna do some crazy trick shots. My skis are in the way. Out of my way. Can't see shit.
By design, by design.
Yeah.
I was debating whether or not the game should be first person or third person, because when you're in free rotation, the head can move in any direction, and then it's sort of like dislocated from the body rotation, which is Q and E. So if it were in third person, then you would be able to more easily see where your head is looking in relation to your body. But I kind of felt like just the visceral experience of things being in first person was overall more valuable.
Yeah. There's no weak point in the middle of the bone. What do you mean? Look at you. I almost got all of them in that one jump.
Yeah.
That was
It's
wild.
funny that I had a little like warning thing for the monolith, Radiant Silver Gun reference by the way, but it's funny because the monolith doesn't actually do anything. You know.
Yeah, it's just kind of chilling.
It just stays there. You know, it's just for you to hit the weak points. So I thought it was kind of funny that it warns you, death from above, you're doomed.
Yeah, absolutely. The drone, not the bone.
That's one thing that I wish I hadn't forgotten. I wanted to extend that highway object thing. I wanted to extend it way past a reasonable length, and then if players wanted, they could just ride it all the way out.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
forgot.
Successor to Wave Race Blue Storm for the GameCube.
I've seen it, but not played it. Technically not, but Wave Race 64. That is definitely. I was thinking of that when making the water.
Nice. So close. So yeah, did you come across any funny bugs like in the course of your development?
Yes, and it has to do with the water.
I would imagine.
I'll say there's one thing, but I'll save it for next time you see the monolith. Another thing is when like the waves deform, the deformation texture is I think 2048 by 2048 pixels.
Okay.
And what that means is also you read integer values. So the values at which you're reading from the buffer are discrete. And I decided not to spend the time to like interpolate between the discrete values. But what ends up happening is like sometimes like when you're underwater, it doesn't show up right. Like when you're underwater without any deformation, it just shows the water normally, like the fog, the blue fog when you're underneath it. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's like not precise enough when waves come out because I'm reading only a discrete value. So it looks kind of glitchy when that happens.
Okay.
So that's definitely one weird quirk of the way I did water.
Gotcha.
I think if there's anything else.
Let me on the rail. Let me on the rail. No.
Oh!
Lamau, get no scoped, idiot. Not good enough. The rails take me on a ride. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, you can technically jump on the rocket and ride it.
That's awesome.
But I did not really have time to finish it.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell anyone, and it's really hard.
Yeah, like the rails are hard to get onto, so
yeah. But that's why they're a little blue. It's like a little hint.
Yeah.
Same color as the rails.
Like, hey, check this out.
Damn. I mean, great.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, that was just awkward. That's the kind of angle that'll get water in my nose. There we go. Oh. And here we go. So yeah, now that you've had the game out for a little bit, have you been participating in the community, playing games, rating, commenting, etc.?
Yeah. How many games have I played? I think around 70 games now. And yeah, it's fun to see just what each person has like thought up of. I feel like I lean towards like I play the games like by random completely, and then or I play the games with the least amount of ratings. And my favorite is when I see a game that sort of like maybe doesn't have like the polish that everybody recognizes, but the idea is like totally there, or like it just feels really good, even though like it's like the player's a square,
There's a square.
but the square moves so good, you know. Like
Nice.
I feel like that's a classic game jam archetype. I always like to see that. As far as being in the community, I feel like I'm the kind of person to be. I'm okay, I'm happy to just be on like the sidelines.
Okay.
I'm kind of a lurker.
For sure.
Usually not that active in like communities, like in that way. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Not a problem. Sometimes I think the art's not great, but then I play the game. It's so cohesive, charming, and I end up loving the art style. Nice.
Good. I can safely say my weak spot is 3D modeling. I feel like I'm pretty confident with music, sound effects, programming, but 3D modeling and I can't draw. So those are the things that I really want to do.
Oh, what the fuck?
Whoa!
What is happening?
I've never seen that before.
Whoa.
Wow.
Welcome to the Phone Chocolate stream, everyone. Yeah, I always seem to find something weird in these games. Phone Jackson. Yeah. You got a lot of people online over here in this here chat room. Time to take them all out.
Well, I think the Rocket took them all out.
Yeah, now that the game is out and you've gotten your feedback and everything, would you be more confident in like showing this to people in your personal life?
I don't know.
Is that a factor at all?
I kind of I have shown it to like family and friends already, and like I guess I can't like there's always going to be like some distance because not many of them play mini games.
Right.
It's just not going to be a thing that's easy to convey. I guess in a way I don't really make the games for them. It's for like the people that need it or don't know if they want it.
Yeah. There's the hostile monolith. It's the...
Ah, yes. If you look on the edge of the waves, or like the play area, yeah, if you go to the edge, and you'll see it's like it looks kind of glitchy.
Let's go. Oh, yep, there it is.
Right there. So that's like the boundary. That is the boundary of the water deformation texture.
That's awesome.
I just decided to keep it in there because I think it would just be funny,
Yeah,
or
good.
like not even just funny. Like I think it just add to the idea of.
What have I done?
But yeah, it's the texture is only so big, and if it were any bigger, like the bigger it is, the less precision I have with the positioning, with the way it reads player position. So I decided to keep it that size.
Big wave. Yeah. I also like the way that this thing disperses light. It's just a big smooth orb.
Yeah, it's just maximum smoothness. Totally dark.
It's gonna put me inside of a train where I will confront my inner demons. Oh, that's an Evangelion reference. Okay. Yeah, I really like the sort of surrealism of these big standing waves like this. That's really cool.
Yeah, I wanted to, because the water shader is made for AAA, but I wanted to just play with it, right? Just do whatever it's right. And what happens happens. Yeah.
Also, the infinite ocean is a little terrifying.
It is. I wanted people to feel that.
Yeah.
Because that's how I felt the first time I put it in. I was like, what? It just doesn't end. And then like I didn't have any geometry in the map, just water, and I like plopped the player into it and it's just water.
Yep.
And I kind of wish I got more of that feeling once I actually put in the stuff, all of the geometry in. It felt less like that, but
Right. Triple S. Yippee.
yes.
I'm no longer in the suspicious zone.
I wanted to make it so that you don't even have to play the game. You can just go off into the distance. I think I might have failed at that because you do have to like. Well, that's not necessarily true. There's no timer for the last boss phase, but that doesn't mean you can't just go out forever. So, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, immaculate vibes. Just big old ocean waves and Snell's window, gazing on the sun from beneath. Peak, very peak. Damn.
Yeah.
Like
starting the game gets you points.
Like a good damn.
Well, I was like, note to self, change damn to something that's not a swear. I kind of felt like swearing didn't really fit. And then I forgot. So it's just damn.
Wait, there is a jam game here called Slick as Fuck.
Maybe not, just not in like the. I kind of felt like there's got to be a better D rank.
Right. But yeah,
I also like the arbitrary I just skip E and F for fun.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. It's usually how it goes in like these the Japanese score tag games.
Wait, what's that timer for again?
Just every 90 seconds, it changes to a more intense level.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all.
The ocean is vast, and humans are very small. It's like disregarding all the sea creatures that could absolutely obliterate you. It's almost like being in deep space. It's like cosmic horror is always like either space or ocean.
And personally, like I know it's a fear. I don't really have that fear. I think I kind of find it comforting. It's like soothing to be engulfed in water.
Well, sure, but in the ocean.
Yeah, or in this ocean, optimistic ocean.
Yeah, this is a very nice, friendly ocean. It's all these waves and nothing else. Back to the soup. Yeah. I like that. Even though this isn't in your wave deformation area, it's still wavy.
Yeah, that's sort of like the base, just the base behavior of the water. And then the Unity lets you extend it to infinity.
Yeah. I still just love like the way that the sun looks, and then when you're under the water, it's too cool. Yeah. What do you think your favorite thing is about this game?
My favorite thing, I think it's got to be the music. Actually,
yeah.
I think I don't know what it is about it. I feel like it's just not complete without it. But just the fact that I just ripped it out in 18 hours,
Hell
just
yeah.
as a response to making the game itself. Making the game, I was like listening to like specific things while I would be programming, and then like playing the game without any sound, but I would have some like music in the background. Thinking of like what could I possibly put in as I work on it, and like the feelings I'm getting from like the idea of memory and nostalgia didn't come right away. That came over the course of making the game. Feeling those feelings, and then at the end, I let it all out. And maybe I feel like it doesn't really sound that way per se, but I know that's how it came out, and maybe that's why it's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Is there progressive music for each level, or is the track just timed that way? The music is synced with the timer, yes. So the music progresses, like changes to a different part every 90 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The whole thing is composed, so like it's just like manually written so that it sounds different every 90 seconds. And then it loops at the boss on the last progression. And it was kind of hard to think of 90 seconds of a piano solo. That took the longest.
Well, you said that it was like 18 hours, so were you nervous about getting something out in a recognizable shape?
I was worried on the second last day because there were a lot of things to do. Like, it was like, okay, I have a whole checklist of things that still need to be done, plus all the sound effects and the music. And like usually that sound effects and music take a long time,
right?
In my experience. So I was like, that was like 36 hours left. I like finished the checklist and I was like, okay, now I need to stay up, do all the sound effects and music. And that was a little stressful. But it turned out, like, checking things off the checklist, doing all the sound effects, that turned out to be really smooth. A really smooth process. And I had a lot of time to work on just, like, play out the music. And then it was like 5 a.m. and I had finished all of it. I was like, okay, I'll go to bed for like 5 hours. And then, like, it's just like the final checkup. Think about screenshots. Like, how do I get people to actually play the game?
Yeah. I mean, you're doing pretty good on ratings.
Yeah.
But as a download-only game, I know that's a hard sell for a lot of people.
Yeah. So, honestly, yeah. So, like, as long as I was like, you know, if I hit the median, that's it. That's great. So.
The final level. Can I defeat it? Can I defeat the boss? Be slick, go big mode. Death from above, look up, no refuge. Awesome.
Shoutouts to Radiant Silvergun. I like it. Shoutouts to a lot of games. Echo Point Nova, Tribes, Quake, Unreal Tournament, Descent, Devil May Cry, Sin and Punishment, Tony Hawk. And those are the only ones that I'm conscious of, right? Like every game is made of the influences and how people treat them.
Right.
Intentional or not.
Can you actually die in this game? What, do you take damage or?
You can't die. Okay, no dying. I kind of felt like it didn't make sense. Like if you died and you have to restart the song and like, that seems not right.
Yeah, it's kind of fine to just be like, all right, well, there's stuff that's like in the area and it's being menacing. Just go out, go do your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would be astounded if I hit something at this distance. I don't even know if your raycast goes that far. What do you think?
Oh, does it go? You know what? I feel like it's still close enough that like floating point accuracy is still alright. Probably.
Because I don't think raycasts are infinite. Unless you like make it super long or something, I don't know.
thinking back, I don't think I specified. Like you can raycast in Unity without a distance, and I think
Okay.
I don't know what the default is then.
I can't zoom in anymore, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're on meter.
How do you get meter?
If
from
you
grinding?
if you spin Q and E.
Oh, okay.
To this.
Yippee.
There you go. That's another thing that I wish I had time to do. More like better, just like better. How do I put it? I wanted to add some like a clean landing system. If you land in the water correctly, you get extra points. If you land head first, you get your points. But I ended up not having the time to do that.
Okay.
One silver lining is if I had that, I think it would add more scrutiny to the turning. I think more people would have complaints. Oh, I can't land the clean landing.
Okay. Oh, I've got like it gives my accuracy penalties. Damn. Yeah, I don't know how to describe this, but I know you just described a bunch of the games that gave you inspirations and everything, but this feels weirdly visual novel to me.
I can see that. I think it's like how do I put it? I describe it as earnest. It's kind of like
Yeah, that's just
emo's not the way to put it, but like heightened emotion.
Yeah. There's certainly a word for this that I'm just blanking on. But yeah, the optimism is there. I can definitely feel the nostalgia.
And I would even go as far to say, like in the music, there's some desperation to it.
Okay.
It's like kind of loud. It wants you to feel away.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, I've given myself a challenge to like shoot something from this distance, and I have no idea if the raycast even goes that far. Developer has not confirmed nor denied.
I'm pretty sure it's infinite. I feel like otherwise.
It could be. We'll never know until we play it. I don't even know if I get points for shooting those specific red orbs.
You do get a distance bonus. So if you were to hit
wow.
something at this distance, it would be a lot of points.
Hell yeah. A lot of barrel rolls, hell yeah. Okay, come on, let me hit the lotto. How much time did you spend just like fucking around in this game?
Too much.
Too much, yeah. That's always too much.
You don't have time for it in a game jam, but you'll do it anyway.
You'll do it anyway. We've all been there.
And if you didn't, oh, they followed you.
Oh hey, wait, what? Where? Huh? Where's my crosshair? What is happening?
Is the crosshair disappearing?
No, I'm not pointing in the direction that I'm. Is that
what
normal?
Is happening? No. Is that might be floating point?
It could be floating point errors.
Wow, what the?
Awesome. I mean, I've had this happen in my games before too, but I wasn't first person, so I didn't get to see how severe it was. This is pretty severe though. Oh, did I get it? I shot it.
Yeah, got it.
Wow. Wow. Let's go. I am so far away. I'm so far away that reality is crumbling. I love when I reach the far lands. Okay. Well, yeah, I think that mostly covers it. is there anything that you'd like to talk about that we wouldn't know unless you told us? Particularly things like scrapped concepts, early models, funny coding patterns that you do, bad habits that you have, funny interactions that you've had over the game.
I guess my code is pretty boring.
Code is boring.
I honestly feel like I could use it. Like, there's not that much like really crappy stuff in there that I put in.
Nothing particularly spaghettied.
Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the way I coded it. It's pretty clean.
Hell yeah. Well, I think that I think, as far as I can tell, like, you were talking about how the mouse transformations really gave you trouble.
Yeah.
And then the only really technically challenging thing they can think of is probably just the rails, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. But also Unity makes that easy too. Because Unity has splines. You can just make splines.
Okay.
And it kind of has like a toolkit that you can just like make curves really easily. And then there's like another, you can also just like make hitboxes around splines really easily too. So it ended up being, I was worried about it, but it ended up being, like, I feel like I got pretty lucky. There were a lot of things that like, okay, this is gonna need this much time. This is gonna need this much time. And then and this time it ended up that my estimates were overestimates. That's kind of what it felt like in general, making this one.
Okay. Well, awesome.
There were a lot of influences, not just games. Or like I listed off a bunch of games, but definitely music, definitely film.
Right. What kind of
one
music
film
and
that?
film then?
Sorry?
What kind of music and film?
What kind of music? Film. When I was listening to, when I was making the game, I was listening to, off the top of my head, Seafeel. Kika is the album, and it's like pretty explicitly, it's techno, it's like ambient dub, but it's like explicitly got an aquatic feel to it. When I was thinking like, okay, I'm making a water game, I pulled that album out and took it for a spin. But that game is also sort of like, that album is sort of like about building upon repetition. Oh, you got him! 5 kilometers!
Holy fuck. Fuck yeah.
Damn.
That's awesome.
Okay. I mean, crazy.
Yeah.
Basic Channel. I love her dub techno. That one's also like building upon repetition. Sort of the feeling of they make techno tracks that like barely move. They move slowly, and like the tracks can be upwards of like 20 minutes long. And it sort of gives the impression of like slowly rotating.
Slowly rotating.
Yeah, like a song that slowly rotates.
Yeah,
and
like a cow in your mind.
Kind of like a gem. It like sparkles in places, even though like it like doesn't move. It like it morphs a bit, or like you start to notice the little things. And like I say these things, and like I kind of feel like they don't actually like visibly show up in the game or in the music, but they're definitely, I feel like these are influences. Another one is Sea Drum by Boredoms. It's like psychedelic rock.
Okay.
In that one, there's like, the idea behind that one is, it's like a whole team of drummers, and they're all like, and it's the overall effect of so many drummers playing is like that you're lost at sea. So that was another aquatic song that I thought of while making the game.
Okay.
Incidentally, the song and the music in the game has 4 different drum tracks. Not exactly like Lost at Sea, but it's definitely like playing with density, texture, that sort of thing.
Okay. Nice.
I think a major song was Port of Charleston by Seam. That one's indie rock, more emo. But that one is explicitly about sort of reliving painful memories at the edge of the sea.
That was weird. Anyway, sorry.
The song is called Port of Charleston, and it's like against So that was another one that I had on repeat. And then I guess last for music, shout outs to Steve Reich. Music for 18 musicians. That is also a music I immediately think of when I think water. That was also a song that's just like that oozes optimism, oozes possibility. But it's also, because it's a minimalist piece, classical music, it's built out of like just minimal elements, repetition. But because it's built off of so little, and it feels like so much. It feels like so much possibility. And I feel like I took that kind of feeling. I wanted to emulate some of that feeling.
Yeah.
As far as movies, the biggest one I can think of is The Central Region by Michael Snow. It's an experimental film. They call it structural film. It's like playing with the limits of the medium. Basically, that one is about dude just built like a whole camera rig that can rotate in any direction.
Oh yeah.
And it's remote controlled, so you don't need a person to operate it, or like you can operate it at a distance, and then you just plop it out in the middle of nowhere on a barren Quebec landscape. And they just, for 3 hours, they move the rig, right, remote control, and it turns out just movements of a camera, as simple as rotations, have emotion. They have drama.
Yeah.
They contain meaning. Just plop it on there. There are no people, no animals. Just plop it on there, rotate it, and it's epic. It's like there's tension. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was taking film appreciation, I sort of got keen to the idea that the camera operator is like another character in the room.
Yeah, except in this one, it's sort of like they like reduce human element as much as possible, but you can't take away the human element totally, and like just a little bit that comes out is like really captivating to me. And it's really interesting because it's, in some ways, it's like really radical, really radical statement on like what you can do with a camera. And at the same time, if you work in games, you've made a first-person shooter, it's like such a straightforward idea of being able to like manipulate the camera in any way. Like if you've like ever programmed the camera, you already know it. You've already seen it.
Yeah.
So I was like it's so easy to like take that feeling, or like, you know, like the whole world. Yeah, like in the Central Region, they spin it exactly like you just did, and like the whole like the world contained in the frame is spinning. And I kind of wanted to get that feeling too. It's like the only thing, like where you are now, the only thing there is the sky and the sea, and you rotate it.
Yeah, and you can flip it on its head.
Yeah, and like the idea of like I also took from film the idea of like slow motion, not from film, but the idea of locking onto, like looking at something, zooming in, slow motion. I feel like that forms an image in your mind. That's a pretty like when that vignette effect is like kind of like a dark blue, and it's just a small circle in the middle, and you're zoomed in. And oftentimes, like you're like shooting drones, you're like, it's a drone and the sky.
4 kilometers, let's go.
So I can go.
Awesome.
Or you're shooting a skier and it's just the water, it's the background. And I feel like those are pretty striking images.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, you know, all the things I said are not really intentional, right? They just are. Like that's what's in the game. That's what's really cool about games, I think. Like, you know, these things just happen because they are.
Yeah, or really just any art. It's You're always painted by your experiences and the things that you're influenced by, and maybe you don't know if they were direct influences. Maybe you would have done it anyway. But also, you know, it's sort of like I don't remember what the quote was specifically, but some guy was saying like, I don't remember every single detail of every book I've read, much like I don't remember everything that I've ever eaten, but they still make me up just the same.
Yeah, exactly. There's also another quote that I don't remember who said it, but it's something along the lines of, you could write 100 different histories about the same person before anyone realizes they're about the same person.
Mm-hmm.
I think the same applies to works of art.
Yeah.
You could say a whole bunch of things about a whole bunch of art, and they could all apply. Depends on the background of who experiences it.
Yeah, I like to take inspiration from whatever I can. I like being like imagining things and like extrapolating them into metaphor, into just various modes of comparison, I guess.
Yeah.
And extrapolation, because it's just really cool. So to be able to imagine like a more visceral, like a way to communicate something that's beyond words. Because words are awesome, but
you know, if you could put it all into words, we would be writing words.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be making games. We would be writing words.
Yeah, or whatever it is that we're doing.
Yeah.
And of course the authors are, you know, doing wordsmithing and everything, but the thing for me is that like it's like to do art kind of requires a modicum of like symbolism, because symbolism is very information dense. It contains like all sorts of information that came before you, and it's like a way to mark yourself temporally. But it's like, what's a good example? There's some weird ones. Like for instance, I think that alchemists would associate salamanders with fire because they would refer to asbestos as salamander skin. So it's like salamanders are obviously they're not very immune to fire. Asbestos though is, and they made an association between those two things. And so like, actually no, I guess a good example could be like with my game, for instance, Moonlight Fire. My game is sort of about like opposing empire, specifically the American Empire. And a Moonlight Fire is a strongly aesthetic thing that I was doing, but the metaphor that I'm evoking is that whenever you think of like a peasant uprising, for instance, you think of people with torches and pitchforks, right? But people don't use torches in the daytime. They use them when it's dark out. So a Moonlight Fire is sort of a call to an uprising. So yeah, there's all sorts of venues that you can take, and you can pack a lot of information very densely when it comes to like condensing your experiences down into something that's like a way for other people to digest your experiences, and your mindset and your frameworks and everything. Yeah, inspiration's cool. And I think that taking inspiration outside of mediums is a great way to innovate.
Wow.
Yippee!
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Good shot.
One thing I do feel is because the medium, like games as a medium, is so new. Like it's not even a lifetime old.
Oh yeah,
People
that was
who were there from the start are still alive.
Yeah.
Like compared to the rest of human history, you know, there's so much more to it. I feel like there's so much more to it. So I kind of feel like I'm sort of I try to take from, or I try to read a lot, I try to watch a lot, listen to a lot, and take what I see with me to something that's really new.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that probably about does it. was a great conversation. I was going to have somebody on a little bit later, but it apparently got a little bit too late for them, which is why I sort of let this one go over. But
Okay.
yeah, don't want to take up too much of your time. But yeah. So I suppose if you don't have anything like more to say about like the process, I think that talking about like inspirations and everything is a it's a very dense topic, right? So yeah.
I think that's about it.
Hey. All right. I suppose that is Sea Salt City. I guess one last thing. So what were you thinking when you came up with the title? I know it's very simple, but
well, for a long time, the title was just Untitled Ski Game.
Ah, yes, a classic.
And in a way, I felt like it fit. I feel like I don't really want to give too much away in a title. And there's something about... I always felt like this game had a bit of like anonymity to it. And you can... It's sort of like something about the geometry being completely white, or the geometry being completely clean, lended itself to that sort of like it didn't really need a name, or like maybe the name has been forgotten, or so on and so on. It felt right in that way. But ultimately, I felt like you know what, like let's split the game. I need a name. Sea Salt City gave me that feeling like sea salt is something like when something's like salt encrusted. Oh, you hit the weak spot.
That's good. That's pretty far away.
So like sea salt gives the, or like when something has like it's like encrusted in salt, it kind of has the idea of time that's passed.
Yeah.
Impression of either neglect or time passing. So I think that's the biggest part of it. It's sort of evoking, if not timelessness, then a reference to like things in the past, or just thinking about time. Thinking about time, or thinking of like a place, and like juxtaposed with like the screenshots you see of like a city and water, a time and a place.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Alright, it was wonderful meeting you, Eric. Welcome to the Boneyard, by the way. We're pretty friendly here. I know you said you like to lurk, but we do have a lot of opportunities, a lot of spaces for game development and stuff. We're mostly hanging out in voice calls and everything. A lot of us are usually like either developing games or playing games or something. We have a games club where we convene for like a monthly game that we play, and then we discuss at the end of the month. We're only 1 month into it, and then BIGMODE's kind of ruined it. But we're gonna play one shot. We have a weekly free game that we take turns suggesting, and then we also have I think one of our better things that we offer here is like, especially since I know everybody there, like almost everyone there is went through similar processes as we are right now. But if you're ever needing or in need of playtesters or volunteers or something for your game, we have volunteers tag, and I like organize events so that people can get enough eyes and players on whatever it is they're working on.
Yes.
So I try to make it a supportive place, and yeah. So if I don't see you in the Boneyard, then I hope to see you around in the jam space, perhaps next year.
Sure thing. Thanks for inviting me. It was a lot of fun to talk about the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll catch you later. Ah, so cool.